Chapter 4 Forget-Me-Not. Every day flew. Little creatures looked up to admire Thumbelina and Cornelius as they streaked across the starry sky. The heavenly sound of Thumbelina singing drifted down to the soggy toad bog, where Mama Toad was sewing sequences on a roughly dress. The flashy toad turned her bulging eyes from her barge anchored among the lily pads. As she watched the beautiful singer, crafty Mama Toad began to devise a plan. Thumbelina and Cornelius, however, were blind to anyone but each other. They flew past the bog and over a field of daffodils. The prince showed Thumbelina with how one touch of his hand he could make each tender flower burst into bloom. Yellow petals still danced in the air as Bumblebee circled back to Thumbelina's windowsill. There the tiny couple hopped off the bee, breathless with excitement. "Oh, Thumbelina, something happened to me tonight. Something that I just never want to forget," said the prince. "Me too," Thumbelina agreed. Her heart leaped for the joy inside her. She lifted the string of forget-me-nots from her neck and put them on the prince. "Do not forget me," she said. Cornelius looked down at the flowers. "I'll never forget you," he vowed. Then the prince took the ring from his own finger and slipped the sparkling blue stone onto Thumbelina's hand. Slowly, Cornelius leaned closer to Thumbelina, but as he moved to kiss her, the sound of trumpets blasted from the garden below. The fairy court was making its way to Thumbelina's backyard. "Cornelius!" the fairy queen shouted. "Oh, Mother!" Cornelius muttered crossly. "One kiss, that's all he asks." Sometimes being a prince seemed hardly worth the trouble. "Cornelius, come now!" the queen commanded. He quickly took Thumbelina by the waist and flew from the windowsill to her room. "No time to explain," he blurted. "That's the queen, the fairy, my mother." "Your mother?" Thumbelina exclaimed. "Yes. Now look, I have to go now." "Can I see you tomorrow?" he asked eagerly. Thumbelina was too shocked to make such sense. "But I will. Your mother? You, tomorrow?" "Yes, I'm the prince," Cornelius confessed. "Would you like to meet my parents?" Thumbelina felt giddy with joy, but managed with a nod. "Cornelius," the fairy queen called. "Say you will," urged the prince. "Of course I will," Thumbelina said softly. Now it was the prince's turn to feel giddy with disbelief. "You will?" Thumbelina laughed. "Yes, I will, Prince Cornelius." "Oh, yes." Doesn't the king's regal voice call out, "Cornelius!" "I got to go," the prince said reluctantly. But Thumbelina could hardly wait till the next day to see the fairy king and queen. She ran to the window to peek out the garden. "Hey, will they like me?" she asked. "Yes, they'll love you," Cornelius assured her as he pulled Thumbelina away from the window. "But let me talk to them first. I'll be back for you first thing in the morning." Thumbelina nodded. "And then you can meet my mother. And then we'll live happily ever after." The prince smiled and looked into Thumbelina's lovely eyes. "Oh, much longer." "Cornelius!" the king shouted. "You won't forget to come back, won't you?" Thumbelina asked, suddenly afraid the prince would vanish like a sweet dream in the morning. Cornelius smiled and shook his head. "I promise." He then jumped onto Bumblebee and flew off into the night. In a delightful daze, Thumbelina drifted back to her walnut shell bed and tucked her tiny little legs between the petals. Then her face reached in slow. Thumbelina yawned and drifted into her own deep sleep. So soundly did Thumbelina sleep that she did not hear the sound of scraping at her window later tonight, nor did she see the knobby green hands that hoisted Mama Toad up to the sill. Thumbelina did not even wake up when Mama Toad lifted up her shell and carried it off, but Hero heard and started barking, ruff, 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 and lunged after the disappearing shadows. Furniture clattered to the floor, and toys tipped off their shelves, and the book of fairy tales fell flat. But Hero was too late. He reached the window just in time to see Mama Toad escape her prize through the garden wall. Thumbelina was gone.